between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Now, this defense for the Lions, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson,
his second touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he's got room. And now the rookie's free, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gibbs, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. On play action, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. And the ball is knocked out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On first down, Gibbs, and some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll run on first down. It's Gibbs, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibbs. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Gibbs. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front. Extra point try now for Patterson. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
But they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
2nd and 4. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On first down, Gibbs. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 9 now. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Second and 6. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Five yards remain on 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's nice to see Jamison Williams recovered from his knee injury suffered in the college football playoff in 2022. And we already knew that his speed was some of the best in the game. And that's a big reason why Detroit traded up to pick him 12th overall. So earliest they've taken a receiver since 2007. That pick being Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson. Nice job there by Williams, using some of that speed there to pick up a 1st down.
On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibbs, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now, let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Now a handoff up the middle. Gibbs. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On third down, it's Gibbs, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Patterson now for the extra point. Now the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action now. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Final play of the half, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle they go. Gibbs, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, it's Gibbs, and he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 30, 10, Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Joseph's got it. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Fournette.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings use the short field to get in for 6. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
156 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. First down, here's Cousins.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
A pass underneath for Fournette.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Up the gut, Fournette. And some room to maneuver.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
15 more there, and they're on a roll it's another first down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Fournette. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Justin Jefferson
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 4.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibbs, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibbs, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Gibbs, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Detroit, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they